From the high desert southwest and an indiscreet shave den located in the deep recesses of Ouch's basement, broadcasting north from McMurdo Sound to Ice Station Zebra and east and west across all time zones to our members throughout the world, this is Badger and Blade Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be on this big blue marble we call home, and welcome to Badger and Blade Radio. On this Memorial Day, we extend greetings to all of our members throughout the world as we remember those that fell and were not able to come home in the service of our country's freedoms. On the show tonight, we have a special photo-related show. We're going to be joined by Murray, Saramento 1, Soren, SMH, and myself as we discuss all things photo, including cell phone shots. We will have our news and events and our mail call section as well. We'll be right back with the mail call right after this. Since 2009, Bull Goose Shaving Supplies has been providing the best in shaving products to the discerning traditional shaver. Carrying shave soaps, creams, aftershaves, fragrances, razors, and accessories from many of the top manufacturers, as well as unique and artisan shave products from around the world. Bull Goose Shaving Supplies also carries its very own product of shave soaps, custom brushes, and razors under the Asylum Shaveworks brand, including the one-of-a-kind Asylum RX single-edge razor, the Asylum Evolution, an homage to the 1930s Darwin, and coming soon to Bull Goose, the Paradigm Titanium double-edge razor. Bull Goose Shaving Supplies is your one-stop shop for bath and shower, as well as all personal grooming accessories. Looking for that special gift or storage solution? We have that too. With lightning-quick order fulfillment, wonderful customer service, and an easy-to-navigate website, you can get everything you need at Bull Goose Shaving Supplies. www.bullgooseshaving.com. That's www.bullgooseshaving.com. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us for this episode of Badger and Blade Radio, broadcasting every 2 weeks on www.badgerandblade.com, our YouTube channel, and via podcast in our podcast feed. With that being said, we'd like to suggest that everybody watch this episode via video, as we will be very photography heavy, as we will be showing pictures from the Shave of the Day Forum, as well as from our DarkRoom Forum, from the wonderful talent that we have here at badgerandblade.com. As we start our mail call section from Clyde72, I've used my pictures as more of a record. I may forget, but the picture doesn't. How do you decide what to put in, what to leave out of a picture? What about lighting? Do you use a light box, flash, natural light, etc.? Well, Craig, it really depends on you. As far as what to leave in and what to leave out of a picture, depends on your mood and what you're going for. Some people will just put the brush in the razor. Some people will put every single product they're using. It just depends on the theme that your mind is trying to convey in your picture. A lot of people use backdrops. Now, the easiest way to do that we'll find out in our section with Saramento 1, but you can actually go down to a Kinko's, get a picture that you like as far as the background printed out on 16 by 24 is what we recommend, or you can use a mirror with a solid color backdrop. I'm showing you my setup here and some of the photos that I've gotten from this. Now, as far as lighting is concerned, obviously natural light is best. For those of us that cannot use natural light because of the way our house is configured, you can recreate that natural light using the temperature of the bulb. Now, most times we recommend 5,000 as far as the temperature of the bulb, whether that be incandescent or LED. LED lasts longer, so that's a good choice as well. As far as composition is concerned, basically using the rule of thirds. Basically 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and you'll get a good picture with nice centering and everything else. So, Craig, I hope that helps you. We appreciate your question. And from C. Vargo, Chad, how do you compose a better shot? Once again, composition is one of those things that is very subjective at most. Murray's going to go over that a little bit as well. But when you're looking at your shot, what are you focusing on? What is going to be the item that you want people's eye to be drawn to? Whether that be the aftershave bottle, whether that be the razor, whatever that case may be, you compose the shot based on that, and including your background and the theme and the feel and the look that you're going for. Craig, Chad, thank you very much. We certainly appreciate your question. Now, as you've seen throughout this entire mail call section, we are showing various pictures from the Shave of the Day forum, as well as pictures from the Darkroom. We have a lot of talent here, and you can learn a lot just by looking at some of the pictures. And you'd be surprised how many of these pictures are done by cell phone versus a standard DSLR or regular camera. So please enjoy these shots as well. Now, as far as the photo-related areas here in BadgerandBlade.com, we have the Darkroom. High-speed Lane is your steward over there and can answer a bunch of questions. And they have a bunch of different things that are going on a regular basis at the Darkroom. First and foremost, the monthly photo contest. This is a variety of subject that is usually picked by the winner of the last month's contest. We are going to be showing some pictures of previous winners, and as well, in our news and events section, we will have the winner of the newest photo contest over in the Darkroom. But more than that, you have flower shots, bird shots, photos of the day, cell phone shots, equipment reviews, and all types of photos. So please head on over to the Darkroom, check it out, talk to Lane and the guys over there. They are a wealth of knowledge in everything photography. Now, these photos right here are just various shots, once again, from the different parts of the Darkroom. So that's it for our mail call section. We'll be right back with an interview with Saramento 1 Murray and some thoughts from Soren regarding photography. We'll be right back.
When the day's toil is over, are you the type person who drags his weary body home, slumps into a chair feeling beat, bored, bushed, and listless? If so, you need a hobby. Take your pick. Picture, that's it, photography. For the beginner, a few minor bits of equipment are necessary. Meters, photo floods, tripods, reducer, enlarger, printer, developer, hypo, paper, cutter, trimmer, buckets, pans, water, bulbs, lights, gloves, boots, trays, powder reflectors, and camera.
Welcome back to Badger and Blade Radio, everybody. We're extremely excited to have a gentleman with us today that if you are anywhere near the Shave of the Day or have looked at the Darkroom section of BadgerandBlade.com, you know him. Saramento 1, we know him as Murray. Welcome, Murray. How are you today?
Hey, David. Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure to be with you and to share some tips on how I'm doing Shave of the Day. Hey, I put together a couple of slides. I don't know if people can see it, but let me talk about what I do for Shave of the Day.
Absolutely.
I have a little tabletop set up, and I have to say I found this and borrowed it after correspondence with our friend and member Soren in Denmark. It's a bit of a tabletop setup next to a window in an upstairs spare bedroom, the bathroom that we use, and it works fine. It's patterned after what he was doing. It's got a 24-inch by 24-inch setup next to an eastern-facing window, and it works great for me. You see, I have a little bit of a 24 by 48-inch acrylic plastic that I set up here. I've got a reflector there. I've got a camera on a tripod, and I use that pretty much basically for my shaves of the day. And what I do in my shaves of the day is I go through a 6-phase process, and I have it listed on the slides I had here. It's simple. I plan what I'm going to do, and then when I start doing it, I have to style the set, light the set, and once I take the shot, simply edit it, tag it, and post it. And those are the 6 steps that I go through. And let me tell you, you don't need to have a DSLR. You can use an iPhone as well. And I've gotten some good shots both from either way. But I'm going to talk about what we're doing. And as well, I also use a process I call Helican Focus, which is focus stacking in the software to be able to get great detail. With respect to posting, using 2 programs to post and host my photographs. I'm using Pinterest, and I'm also using IMGUR to post and host my photographs, and in turn, I post the links back into Badger and Blade. But anyway, let me talk about what I do, and here's some examples that people can see the slides of what I've done over time. In my setup that you saw earlier, I have basically a 24-inch by 24-inch front piece on a 24 by 48-inch piece of plexiglass that I have set up next to that window. And that's my basic setup. And I use that for just about everything. Now, on occasion, I'll go to, if I'm traveling or I'll use something in a different setup, I'll do that. I'll use something in my bathroom. I'll use something if I'm traveling or in an outdoor setting if I want. But that basic window facing setup works well for me. And I can, in that area, I can put just about any shave-related set. And I'll use some backdrops that I might print from my printer. I might use some backdrops that I've pulled off the internet. I may use backdrops that come from my archive of photography, and everyone knows that everyone on the Badger Blade site know that I'm a photography geek, and so I'll print these backdrops from my on my 17-inch wide printer. If I can't find that, I might use something like a map or a newspaper or some other setting with accessories around the house to celebrate the photographs that we're taking. And it's been fun. You know, I may use some of the vintage shaving gear that I have.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I might use that calendar page that everyone sees that I've used, pulled off of a at a glance wall calendar that I pull off. Occasionally I'll go and use outdoor settings, not as much as maybe some of our other members have done, but I'll do that once in a while. And when I'm traveling, I'll take out the cell phone and just do a travel setup shot in a location if that works. I gotta tell you, it's what's fun that what matters, and it's what you like. You know, it's occasionally, you know, I'll pick up a vintage theme. Occasionally, I'll pick up a sports theme. One of my favorites is picking up food and drink themes. Let me tell you, these are the most fun. You know, and everyone knows that one of my passions is the use of color. Mm-hmm. We have so many great colors in our shaving accessories and elements, and I like to really celebrate that and accent those in these photographs. I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. Now, in fact, I admit to using Photoshop plugins from time to time for special effects, and I admit to using other photographs that I might find on the internet to bring down as backgrounds, but I try, where possible, to at least acknowledge and recognize those third parties when I'm bringing and using those backgrounds. So that gives you a bit of a brief background of what I've done. Dave, you know, ask me some questions. Ask me what other things you might like to ask.
Well, first and foremost, Murray, thanks once again for being with us. And I think that you've probably been, you know, between you and Soren, and we'll have some thoughts from Soren later on in the show. Just the tutelage that you've given me, because we've spoken on the phone over the last few years a couple of different times, and you were the first one that convinced me to buy a 17-inch printer. And and the one thing that I noticed that you really taught me is also the use of a very basic flat mirror that you can put underneath or up against the backdrop that you have, and then in the post-production you can erase the line of the mirror, or if you get the angle of the composition correct, the mirror disappears, and it really adds that wonderful reflection. And I learned that from you, and for those members out there that are looking to take those shots to that level, you can go to your local your arts and crafts store, and they have 12 by 24 inch mirrors that you can just slide into whatever you're looking at. And it's wonderful, and it really adds to it. But let me ask you, as a freelance photographer, what would be the best advice for those members that want to improve their shots? And they may be happy with their setup, but what would be one way that they could improve their shots to make them really pop, like we see from some of the guys on the SOTD?
the lighting is what makes the pictures pop.
Mm-hmm.
So focus on your lighting and try to get it to accent and to celebrate the items that you're putting there. That's the most important thing. And you can emphasize it a little bit in post-processing, whether it's Photoshop or whatever you're using as a post-processing photograph program. But I say lighting is the key. Occasionally I'll use a little bit of I might use a flash, I might use a bit of a reflector, but be cognizant of what the lighting does, and that's what'll do it for you and your guys. Okay, I added a couple. I don't know if people saw the slideshow. I added a couple of things that are really fun. What's called an animated GIF,
mm-hmm.
where I've taken a series of pictures over time and showed animation and action in my photographs. That's a lot of fun. But you know what? It's essentially enjoy what you're doing. Celebrate your shaves and your photographs. Just have a lot of fun. So I'll leave that with you, David.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, Murray, and we're going to go into a little bit later in the show. We're going to go into a lot of the post-processing programs that are available, both for the computer and for that are native right on your cell phone, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. And many of these items, in fact, probably the biggest one over the last few years is Nik Filters. When it became free, I remember, unfortunately, I spent almost $300 for it, but now it's a free program, and there's a ton of other stuff out there that really allows you to bring out your creativity in that. Now, as far as the members itself, any final thoughts on whether it be general photography in general, or their shave of the day shots, or just something you'd like to say to the members of Badger and Blade?
Just have fun with what you do. That's the key. Celebrate your shaves, and don't lose sight of enjoying your shave and enjoying what you do. What can I say? It's all about
exactly.
fun, guys.
Well, and one final point that I would like to give kudos to Murray is that he has got some type of psychic connection with Penhaligons, and because I did not know who Penhaligons was prior to meeting Murray, and now a good portion of my shaved den or closet, however you want to put it, is a Penhaligons product. And you know what's funny? Those bottles and those unique bottles just really beg to be photographed. They're just so classy. Wouldn't you agree?
Their stuff is so great. But they're not the only starfish in the sea.
Sure.
All these, we're gifted with so many great shave brands, scents that we are really living in the golden age of shaving.
Oh, absolutely.
And enjoy it, guys. What can I say? Thanks, David.
Well, Murray, thank you so much for being with us. And ladies and gentlemen of BadgerandBlade.com, please make sure you head on over to the Shave of the Day. There are we can't even count on one hand the number of folks that are out there that are shooting just wonderful photography. And Murray, I not to embarrass you, but you and Soren have been a very, very, very big influence on those people that have taken those pictures, because you guys kind of set the bar, and not that it's a competition, of course, but you guys set the bar, and it allows us to take those pictures, because like in my case, every day when I look at the thing, I say, okay, what's Murray going to shoot this time? And then I say, okay, what can I do to take mine better? And even embedding pictures in picture frames and taking multiple shots, and folks, he mentioned earlier the Helicon Focus. That is one of the greatest programs ever. It's just fantastic. So Murray, we really like to thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to be with us today, and I think that the members are really, really going to enjoy all the tips that you've given us.
My pleasure. I'm quite honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, we hope that you enjoyed that interview and presentation by Murray on the tips and tricks of doing photography here on BadgerandBlade.com. And although he's most well known for his wonderful Shave of the Day shots, please check out the Darkroom for some of his photography shots as well. Now, we also wanted to have Soren, SMH, on the show, but unfortunately, due to some logistical issues and timing and location, we were unable to do that live. However, we did send him some questions, as he has been a huge influence on myself, even Murray, on their shave of the day shots as well as photography. So we asked him 3 questions. Basically, those questions were, 1, what have you found with your SOTD shots from the setup standpoint that has worked best for you? Number 2, how do you decide the composition and background for your shots? And number 3, what tips would you give our member? Now, Soren was kind enough to take part in this and answer the questions via email, and he wants to thank everybody for allowing him to be on the show as well. He's very honored to participate, and he answers the questions in the following way. Number 1, I have found that 4 sheets of 16 by 24 cardboard on my dinner table and a work lamp pointing up to the ceiling works very well. 2 sheets to place the shaving gear on, and 1 bent to give a nice seamless background, and a sheet on every side to reflect the light. By pointing the work lamp up at the ceiling and only have reflected light, it gives a nice soft, diffuse, and even lighting on the motive. It works very well. The cardboard can be any color you like, it's cheap, and the whole menagerie can be set up and taken down in minutes. For number 2, his mood and time decides. Most of the time, he just shoots with a white background and a standard setup. It is quick and it's easy. If he's feeling creative, he will maybe play around with a colored background, add some small stones, play with depth of field, or maybe a close-up shot or lighting changes. And number 3, and most importantly, to have fun with it. Don't take it serious. Experiment, and don't think you need to have fancy or expensive equipment to take good SOTD photos. In this digital age, take a number of photos with different settings. It can happen settings will not work the way you think they will, but they may end up giving a great shot and vice versa. Sometimes I may take up to 20 shots with small differences in each one and then pick the one I like the best, and then just deleting the others. This last procedure I've also found to be a good learning experience, where before I could use a lot of time deciding between several photos, I now sort my photos, not just SOTs, rather quickly. I hope that all the members will get more involved in the SOTD photo shots, and we certainly appreciate Soren for being part of it. Now, there's a whole other section of SOTD and darkroom photography that we don't talk about too much, and that's cell phones. Cell phone cameras have become fantastic. In fact, there are many, many tutorials online as how to make your cell phone shots almost as good as your DSLR shots. So many of my pictures are done via cell phone for lack of laziness, to be honest with you, rather than setting up the whole DSLR. But with some of the post-processing that's available, which we'll go over in just a few seconds, you can get just amazing shots. In fact, these 2 shots, one is a DSLR shot, one is a cell phone shot, and it can be, for the untrained eye, pretty hard to determine which one is which. So as far as post-processing is concerned, if you're doing that on your computer, there are many, many programs that are out there. Many you pay for, many are free. So Photoshop is probably the grandfather of them all. You can do a lot of stuff there, but there are some free plugins such as Lightroom. Imgur, which is a photo hosting place, also has one called Aviary, and then probably the one that most people have been using since it became free is it used to be about $300, but now it is free. It is called Nik Filters. That's Nik Filters. There's also some online types of programs that you can use to insert your photo into a background, which is kind of fun. The one that is used quite often is Photofunia, and there's thousands and thousands more. If you do a Google search under photo editing software, you'll be bombarded with different free software that's available, so just take advantage of it. Now, if you're doing your post-processing on your cell phone, or maybe a combination on your cell phone and your computer, once again, there are thousands of apps in the App Stores, both for the iPhone and for any of the other manufacturers. And some of the ones that I have found that have worked the easiest are Aviary, Fiuse, which gives you kind of a matrix look to your photos, Instamag, which allows you to put your photos into magazines if you want to do that. There's also Photolab, which has not only effects, but it also has different backgrounds that you can put your photo into. Photoshop Express is actually a full-fledged Photoshop program, but it is free. All you have to do is sign up for the cloud, but it's actually made by Photoshop, and that has a Lightroom component as well, and you can do everything in your cell phone. There's also Prisma, which gives that artistic look of items, as well as Toon Camera. So there's, once again, literally thousands of things you can do just on your cell phone. Now, as far as hosting and posting your photos on BadgerandBlade.com, There are a multitude of ways. Most people will use Imgur or some of the other photo hosting sites, because when you transfer that onto badgerandblade.com, it will keep the full resolution of the picture, but also be within the parameters of the sizes that you're allowed to post on Badger and Blade. The only negative side to that is if for some reason that site goes down, you will lose the picture. In other words, people will be searching through your SOTD shots and just see a big X because it's no longer hosting. So for that reason, we also recommend that you actually just use the program within Badger and Blade. Now, the nice thing about with the new XF software is you can actually just drag and drop, and you can either place it as a thumbnail or you can do the full image. Basically, what you'll do is you'll take wherever your photo resides on your computer, drag it into the subject matter, whether that be in the darkroom or the shave of the day, and then it will ask you if you want to put a thumbnail or the full-fledged shot. The benefit of that is those pictures will be kept on Badger and Blade in perpetuity, so people can enjoy those as well. When we get back, we'll have our news and events section here at badgerandblade.com.
Aye, mateys, ha ha ha, Captain No-Beard here. You know, managing a pirate ship can be stressful, and it can be hard to find time for myself, except for my daily morning shave. To give myself that wonderful shave experience, I use Captain's Choice products. The quality of the soaps, creams, and aftershaves and balms are top-notch for my daily parlay with my face. Plus, they have wonderful accessories including lather bowls, one-of-a-kind soap lockers, and brushes. My favorite is the cat-o'-nine tails. Oh, what a burn. But all the products are treasures. So nice are my morning shaves
that it transforms me into a true gentleman for a time before having to become a pirate again.
So, if you are looking for the best in shave products, look no further. Anchor up and get your treasure at captainschoicestore.com. Yo ho, it's Captain's Choice for me.
Captain's Choice products, www.captainschoicestore.com. Thanks for sticking with us here at B&B Radio on www.badgerandblade.com. And now for our news and events around badgerandblade.com. In the Soap Forum, yes, it's that time. It's June, and the Soap Forum themes for the weeks are June 1st through 6th will be creams. Yes, we want to help out Smatty, Eric, over in the Cream Forum. So our first week is going to be all about shaving creams. That's the 1st through the 6th of June. June 7th through the 12th will be summer scents. What scents remind you of the hot days of summer and make you feel nice during those days? June 13th through the 17th will be shave sticks, back by request. Use those shave sticks. June 18th is Father's Day, so what we're going to do on that special day is any type of soap that reminds you of your dad. Maybe it was given to you by your spouse for Father's Day, so anything Father's Day related. On June 19th through the 24th will be top 6 artisan soaps. Count them down. And on June 25th through the 30th, the top 6 non-artisan soaps. So please take part in the soaps themes of the week, each and every week here on www.badgerandblade.com in the Soaps Forum. If you have any questions, please contact C. Vargo. He is the steward for that forum. In the darkroom, Lane has announced the winner, and the standout in a crowd is the subject, or was the subject, of the photo contest. And congrats to Carl Chapinahat. So he will also be picking the newest photo contest. So please take part in that. Check out the Darkroom. In the Shave Clinic and Newbie Check-In, always introduce yourself and go to the Hall of Fame. We certainly appreciate all the new members here on badgerandblade.com. And become a contributor. Do you enjoy what you find in the content that you see here at badgerandblade.com? Then how about contributing? Go over to the contributor section. It is a special forum just for that, but at the top of the website, you'll see a button that says Contribute, and it'll answer all the questions in the different tier levels of contributing. For those that are contributors, we do appreciate you each and every day. In the general shave of the day, piffs, pass-arounds, and everything shaving. What do you shave with? DE, SE, or straights? There's a forum for that. Don't forget our aftershave and fragrance forums. It smells really good in there. And in the mess hall, the June cookout will be barbecue and smoking. The contest will run from June 10th through the 18th, so get those smokers going and those grills hot and show us what you can do. The Gold Dollar Modification Contest is in full swing, both the novice and the experience section. Some of the pictures are starting to trickle, so head on over to the Straight Razor forum and check out those wonderful gold dollars that are being modified. Now, there are other forms of interest here on badgerandblade.com, and that includes teas, spirits, cigars, pipes, clothing, and more. Check out all those in the Everything Else section here on badgerandblade.com. Also, don't forget to check out the buy, sell, trade in the marketplace. This is an area where you can do a little bit of commerce on the buy, sell, trade. These are things that you want to trade, buy, or looking for. And in the marketplace, it is the Banjo Marketplace where you can offer items for sale as well. Now, finally, in our news and events section, there is a gentleman that we've known for a long time. He is a moderator here on badgerandblade.com, and we know him as Toothpick Jason. Well, over the last 2 years almost, he has been growing a beard. The original reason for the beard was to do it for a very good friend's wedding. Well, we have discussed it with him, and he is going to shave it off. That's right, he is going to shave it off June 12th. And we did a little video so you can see what's going to happen. We'll be right back to close out the show after this. This brings another episode of Badger and Blade Radio to a close. We certainly hope you enjoyed it, and we want to thank you for listening each and every broadcast. Please, just a reminder, don't forget to go to our YouTube page and like and subscribe, as well as our podcast feed. For those of you that like podcasts, please sign up for that as well. Now, be sure to visit the vendor stores in the marketplace section of our forum. These vendors are here to support you, as you can see by some of the advertisements that we do have from them, and the vendors are members just as well. So please make sure that you support our vendors for all your shaving needs. Once, as always, we'd like to thank the mods and the stews for all the hard work they do bringing content and fun to badgerandblade.com. We'd like to thank the admins and owners for keeping the site as wonderful as it is. And then most importantly, we want to thank you, the member. You are the lifeblood of badgerandblade.com, and we appreciate your membership each and every day. I have been your host, Skyside. See you on the next episode of Badger and Blade Radio, and greetings for a happy Memorial Day.